Bonjour, hi, hello, and welcome back to my channel, guys. Oh my god, though, I am seriously obsessed with this meme. It is the Borzoi doggy nails, the let me do it for you. Seriously, that's how my voice be sounding half the time. But for real though, wanting to do these nails, like film a tutorial for a while, just, life happened. But here I am with said tutorial, because this meme will never die, at least to me, in my heart, in my morals. But yeah, if you want to know how I did this nail art tutorial, then just keep on watching. So I got a few more nails that are glued onto toothpicks. Don't want them to get away, so I'm going to go ahead and use it. But this really pretty base color is by Orosa Coastal Crave Collection, what with Charlie and Dixie D'Amelio. I really got my money's worth with this, but yes, this really pretty blue color is called Cove. By the way, I paid for that collection with my own money, and I don't have a discount code or anything you guys can use, but if you want the exact collection, I'll leave a link in the description box down below. But now for the acrylic paint. So for the doggy, aka the Borzoi Savaka, you're going to need black as well as a creamy whitish color acrylic paint, baby pink, a regular white. For the ojitos, you're going to need 3 different shades of brown, a light, a regular, as well as a cinnamon caramel color acrylic paint. And for the Pringles can, as well as the Frag, aka Kermie, you're going to need red, as well as 2 different shades of green acrylic paint. All the details I'm going to use is just going to be toothpicks, as well as a little safety pin. I even got this cool little safety pin tomato thing, because at one time I wanted to be a cosplayer. That dream died low. But yeah, give it a good stab. Totally kidding. But yeah, now let's go ahead and start on the actual nail tutorial. What are we, 2 minutes into this video? The first design I'm doing, it's going to be on my thumbnail. I turned the nail to the side like this, and going in with some black acrylic paint as well as a toothpick. Probably going to need some Borzoi owners to tell me whether or not I exaggerated the length of the snout, but yeah, just an outline. Doesn't have to be perfect. You even see the little oopsie daisy I did, but because the doggy is perfect and everything, I'm going to draw a little linguia. Had to do this off camera because just my hands were shaking too bad, but with a safety pin I wrote, "Didn't I do it for you?" If you're a nail tech or anything, or you're inspiring to be one, I'm not by any means. I just do this as a hobby. You could totally use gel or just nail polish. I just prefer acrylic paint because it's cheaper, and for me it's easier to work with. But yeah, I'm now going to go in with that antique white, creamy whitish color, and just fill in the doggy fur. And with that light pink, I'm just going to fill in the little tongue. For this next step, you want to make sure the acrylic paint is completely dry, which it doesn't take super long. Acrylic paint dries fairly quickly. But I'm now going to go in with a dotting tool and a toothpick, as well as black acrylic paint, just to paint on some eyes, as well as little doggy eyebrows. So while the eyes are drying, I'm now going to go in with that same pink that I used for the little linguia. And I'm just going to go in with my toothpick and just draw 2 little lines underneath its eyes, just to kind of give the illusion that the doggy is blushing. And just a little bit of black acrylic paint on a safety pin, just to add a little detail on the tongue. We're almost done, you guys. I mean, we got 4 more nail designs, but this one's almost done. I'm just going to go in with a toothpick, add some white dot to the eyes for a highlight, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Here's the finished nail design. For the second nail design, which is going to be on the pointer finger, yeah, I'm going to paint on the Pringles can. So first going to go in with a toothpick as well as black acrylic paint. I am roughly painting on the outline of Mr. Pringles. Actually, as of 2023, they changed the logo, but I am sticking with the OG one. Almost forgot the bow tie. Don't forget the bow tie. But yeah, black acrylic paint, let it completely dry before moving on to the next step, in which I am just going to go in and start filling in, such as white for the face, brown for the little bigotes as well as the pelos, and red for the bow tie. So I ended up changing my mind, but because that base color was a little patchy, I went ahead and went over it with the base color. However, I did change this. I wanted to stick to the original video, and instead of having salt and vinegar, green for the sour cream and onion. But yeah, that probably made no sense whatsoever. But anyways, by now the white acrylic paint has dried, so I'm just gonna go in with my toothpick, black acrylic paint the dots on 2 little eyes. And you can leave that baby blue, but I decided to go over it with a green, so kind of a waste of blue nail polish. Oh well, c'est la vie. Good thing I'm not a teacher, in the educational system, because I'm terrible at explaining, but hopefully you can kind of see what I was trying to do here, with the green, the doggy, I don't know. But just to finish off this nail design, just 2 little teeny tiny little white dots in the corner, just for that sparkle in Mr. Pringle's eye, and yeah, here's the finished nail design. And now moving on to both the middle as well as the ring nail design. I kind of filmed this back to back, but yeah, it's just gonna be more doggy. So I just went in with black acrylic paint and roughly sketched on the outline of the dog facing forward on the middle nail design. As for the ring nail, I painted it how it appeared in the original video. So yeah, the outlines look a little weird, but just trust the process. So for now, I'm just gonna go in with that antique white acrylic paint and just fill in the face as well as the fur of the doggo. So I'm just going to go in with my toothpick to finish off the remaining of the details. A regular brown color for the eye color of the eyes, grayish for the nose, and finally, just to finish off, just some highlights for the eyes, and yeah. Like I said, guys, had to trust the progress, even though it doesn't look exactly how the original meme looked. I mean, you can kind of still tell what it is, but yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish the middle nail design. It's pretty much the exact same thing that I did to the ring nails, so yeah, just doing the same process instead the dog is facing forward instead of like to the side. And finally, I had to do this off camera just because like my hands actually covered up most of the footage. But I just went in with my safety pin and some black acrylic paint, and I just wrote "Let me do it for you" on like this like tiny little blue section of the middle nail. Like I said, guys, I would have included the original footage, but my hand was literally covering up most of it. But finally, just to finish off this nail, just 2 little white dots for highlights, and yeah, so that completes it for the 3rd and the 4th nail design. And now finally, for the 5th and final nail design, it's going to be on the pinky nail, and this one is of Kermit the frog. I also want to keep saying Kermit just because like that's what Jenna Marbles calls her dog, but no, Kermit the frog. It's going to go in with some green acrylic paint as well as my toothpick, and just roughly paint on the outline, yeah, the frog. While the green is drying, I'm just going to go in with my safety pin, black acrylic paint, just to write in Kermit. By the way, I'm sorry about the quality of the filming at this part. The lights went off in my house, so I had to improvise with some flashlights and whatnot. But anyways, once that green completely dries, I'm now just gonna go in with like a lighter shade of some green acrylic paint to paint on this right here on his neck. I'm also gonna go in red for his smile and white and black for his eyes. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Here's the finished nail design. So throughout most of this mani, I did use acrylic paint, like I said, much easier to work with. So be sure to let all of it completely dry and then go over it with a quick drying top coat just to kind of smooth like all the bumpiness the acrylic paint caused. After this part, you can pretty much add any finishing of your choice. You can continue to keep shiny. However, me personally, I prefer the matte finishes, so that's the top coat I chose to go with. This is your nail art. Feel free to add whatever you want. Shiny, hollow, matte, does that matter? But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Here it is. Here's the finished Borzoi doggy meme nails. Still don't know what to call this video. Yes, guys, I know I don't create nail art that most people will walk into a salon and pay like hundreds of dollars for, but that thing about my nail art is even though I am not a nail tech, I like to paint my nails. I like to get creative. I like to, just do stuff outside the box. I'm an oddball, never fit in, never wanted to fit in, but either way, I hope you enjoyed today's nails, and yeah, as always, thanks for watching.